Hey guys, what's going on? It is David here. We're back with another video. Now in this video, guys, we shall be discussing the Atlanta Falcons versus Minnesota Vikings game that will be taking place in a couple of hours. Now when it comes to this game is going to basically depend on Taylor Heinicke in the running game. Because if we can get this running game started with Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, and Cordell Patterson, then we have a good chance at winning this game. Taylor Heinicke actually has a good chance of winning this game also because if we guys remember last week when we were playing against the Tennessee Titans, when he came into the game, he brought us to within one score. And keep in mind, Desmond Ridder was the reason why he came into the game. Desmond Ridder fumbled, but Desmond Ridder also got in concussion protocol, and Taylor Heinicke came in the game, was throwing to multiple different receivers, and people were actually trying to catch the ball. Van Jefferson dropped a couple passes. But Taylor Heinicke still helped us in terms of the passing game, which is the one area where we need to improve. Because the running game was already going to be good. We have Bijan, we have Tyler Algier, that was no problem. We have Cordell Patterson, who's going to be facing his former team in the Minnesota Vikings this weekend, or today. But, do I really believe that Atlanta Falcons can beat this Minnesota Vikings team? Well, it all depends on our offensive line. If our offensive line can stop Danielle Hunter, we can win this game. Because also, something Taylor Heinicke is going to have to be careful of is Harrison Smith, the safety, because this Vikings defense has a good chance of picking Taylor Heinicke off a couple of times. There's a possibility Taylor Heinicke may throw a pick or two, and I don't really want to say that, but I have to be completely simple honest. Now, when it comes to the Minnesota Vikings, now with them having no Kirk Cousins because he's out for the season due to a torn Achilles, the rest I hope he gets better, and I hope he comes back at full strength. They're going to have Jared Hall playing as a rookie quarterback. And now when it comes to the defensive side for Atlanta Falcons, this is going to be all about getting pressure on the quarterback because this is going to be his first game started. Without Grady Jarrett, that's going to be a big issue because Grady Jarrett was one of our leading sackers in terms of this season. But we still have guys that can get stats like Arnold Ebiketie, Lorenzo Carter, Daniel Onyemata, Calais Campbell. We still have guys that get the pressure. But one of the also big things I completely forgot to talk about is that Drake London will not be in this game. Drake London is not active for today. That is going to be a big miss for Taylor Heinicke because Drake London is about 6'4", Kyle Pitts is about 6'5". So having two of those tall, deep threats that can move with the ball and can cut inside, that's going to be a big miss, not having one of them. But in all honesty, I look at this Atlanta Falcons versus Minnesota Vikings game, and I think it's going to be at least a low-scoring game, possibly even a 20-point game. When I mean 20-point game, I mean within the 20 points. So, if all honestly, due to the fact the Falcons beat the Minnesota Vikings, I can't really tell you because I don't know if I believe in Taylor Heinicke, even though I did say he did almost bring us back to win the Tennessee Titans game. Will Levis went off. Our defense gave up 4 touchdowns to a guy in his first start. And if they do that again, then there's no chance for this guy. Because if Jared Hall goes for 4 touchdowns against this Falcons defense, this Falcons passing defense, then I don't really think that there's a chance. I think it's going to be a close one considering that Taylor Heinicke is going to be having his first game starting this season and Jared Hall is going to be having his first game starting this season, so they technically both on the same level, even though Taylor Heinicke has had much more experience than this guy for the past couple of seasons. I still believe the Atlanta Falcons will keep it close against the Minnesota Vikings, and if I had to give you my honest score prediction, I'd probably say the Atlanta Falcons win this game at least 27-21. And that is what I think is going to happen for the 1 o'clock game for Atlanta Falcons. But when we get into the review, you guys will see how my reaction is if the Falcons lose, if the Falcons win. And I just want to say this. If the Falcons really win this game, it's not really that much of importance. Like, considering we beat Jared Hall, I would rather have us win this game beating Kirk Cousins because us being Jared Hall and Alexander Madison is not really that much of a big deal. Also, considering the fact that Justin Jefferson is not in this game, we're not really playing the Vikings at full strength, so I wouldn't take this win with any accountability. But we'll see what happens. 27-21 to Atlanta Falcons, and my score prediction for this game between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings.